Okay, see here. Share the stream, see if I can get some more people. This is like my first stream ever on my channel, so it's gonna be a little experimental. What is up? Hurry up with what? Solo. What would you like me to hurry up with? What's up? How we doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Bitrate seems a bit off. Let's see. Are you a fan of cyberpunk anime? And if so, which one is your favorite? Cyberpunk anime. I'm not sure if I've seen too many cyberpunk anime, to be honest. Okay, what is your question on the Season 4 of High School DxD? Oh, Ghost in the Shell, yeah. Ghost in the Shell is like one of my favorites. Actually, mine and my brother's favorite. Alright, Solo, what do you got for a question? Well, both of your questions anyway. Like the first anime I ever watched? Or first cyber anime? Solo, as far as I know, all the main characters that were in the past 3 seasons are coming back in the 4th. So Loki... Actually, I think the whole Loki rumor thing is just actually a rumor. I don't really see a reason as to why Ishibumi would bring back Loki after they've already locked him up. And he sealed himself up. So I'm not too sure about that one, but I do know that most of the other characters, like Azazel, and so on, are coming back into the 4th season. I also know that we're going to be getting a lot of action as well, and that the American cast for it has been decided on by Funimation so far. And as for what team I'm on, you should already know that answer. I'm on Team Riaz. Well, I guess Team Riaz and Team Koneko. It's kind of hard to choose between those two, but I'm gonna stick with Riaz simply because I fell in love with Yoko Hikasa's voice. It's like a lullaby to me. It puts me to sleep when I need to get some rest, and it's real beautiful to listen to. So I'm going to go with Team Riaz. Well, you know, to each their own, man. I love Yoko Hikasa, so... Do I like the new animation style? I think Passy One is actually doing what they can. Like, I can't give too many judgmental thoughts on it right now, simply because of the fact that, you know, it hasn't aired yet. I do plan... Hopefully I plan on doing a stream on Twitch, watching the first episode, and I'll link it in the description on my Twitch channel, so that you guys can watch it with me and, you know, kind of get my reactions as well on how the first episode goes. I do know I am going to be doing a first impressions video specifically for the 4th season of High School DD. So that'll be different from my other, you know, seasonal first impressions for the spring, which haven't started for some reason. Do I think Aja will make her move? I don't know, honestly, because, you know, she's in the past 3 seasons, especially in the 2nd and the 3rd, she did get a lot more aggressive toward Riaz on wanting to take on Issei. So, hopefully, My thoughts on Overlord Season 2 so far will come in my review that will hopefully be out within the next week. I just finished writing the first half of it 2 days ago. Because the first video I put out on Overlord was not really a review per se, it's just, reasons why I thought it was a great gaming series. It was more like a list video, and so instead of making this upcoming review just specifically about the second season, I'm going to be giving a brief explanation over the first, what it's about, and then I'm going to go into the second and describe, what was different between the second and the first, what was done better, what was done differently, etc. So it should be a good video. And as far as the first actual anime I ever watched, Cardcaptor Sakura. That was the first anime I ever watched, and I still love all of Clamp's works. They're just marvelous. I believe that is definitely going to be a part of the 4th season. Yes, Solo. I know the battle between Issei and Psylogre is going to be in the 4th season for sure. Ishibumi stated that that is definitely part of the plot for the 4th season, so I'm looking forward to it. And who knows, maybe if this season does well enough, there was a rumor for a 5th season to come out for High School DD, because apparently Paseo 1 signed up for 2 seasons. They did a 2-season contract. So perhaps we'll get a 5th season out of this. I don't think it's going to end with the 4th for sure. I think after the 4th we'll probably get maybe 2 new OVAs, and then judging on how well sales go, we might get another season. All seasons without getting a virus, huh? I know Funimation has all 3 seasons right now. Or if you'd rather go, the pirating way, the site that I use is 9anime. You can use 9anime, and I definitely recommend getting, what is this program I have up here? uBlock Origin, because they do have pop-ups, but if you use uBlock right before you play the episodes on 9anime, you can get the episodes without, having pop-ups everywhere. And that's what I've been using for a while now. Which game character do I relate myself to? Which game character do I relate myself to? Jeez, that's a good one. Well, then I would definitely go with not 9anime, but Funimation. But as far as game characters that I would relate myself to, I definitely would have to say Teemo. because that was like the only PC game that I played. Well, MOBA game actually. But I ended up quitting League of Legends a while back simply because of the fact that Solo Link, I do believe that you can watch on Funimation for free, but you can also sign up. But I think you have to sign up for an account first. Either that, or I would recommend getting Avast, which is a great antivirus system, because it blocks pretty much anything that might be seen as a threat, and that way you could still use 9anime without getting those viruses. But yeah, as far as a gaming character, would have to be Teemo, because that was my favorite character to play in League of Legends before I stopped playing due to its horrible player base. I'm not sure on that one actually. It might be on Netflix, but as far as I know, it isn't. Like, I know Crunchyroll has... Well, Crunchyroll should have all 3 seasons. I doubt they're uncensored, though, because, you know, Crunchyroll is just picky about the stuff they want to put out on their site. But I think Funimation has both censored and uncensored. Let's see. What other questions do we got here? How did I come to find High School DxD? I was browsing around on Hulu one day. Terrible site, by the way, but I was browsing around on Hulu one day and it was like, I've seen this, I've seen that, I've seen this, I've seen this too, and I came across an interesting title. I was like, what does High School DD mean? And I clicked on it and it just kind of sucked me in, I guess you could say, with its opening and the plot that's behind it. And no, I don't mean, you know, the humongous boobs that are in the series. I mean the actual plot, the story itself was really interesting. I enjoyed, you know, the lore that was behind the Greek gods and everything. Stuff like that really interests me, so when it comes to, like, between religion and Greek lore and mythology, I get really into it. Plus the idea of having a protagonist that actually wants to be in a harem, besides, unlike, you know, what we've seen prior, where the protagonist usually just gets thrown in there involuntarily. Having a protagonist whose dream is actually wanting to have a harem is great. That's why I like Issei's character, because he's an underdog who becomes loved by the females, not hated. You know, I have my thoughts on people who, you know, dislike fan service, and I gotta say, it's a staple of the industry. It's not going anywhere. Whenever I hear people complain in reviews or, you know, reactions to things saying that, you know, fan service is bad. You know, like for Sword Art Online, for some reason, people said that, you know, the shots of Shinon that were in there were sexually portraying her in a bad way. I was like, but there's nothing sexual. There was nothing sexual about those shots. Just because you see the behind of Shinon does not mean anything, you know? The only reason why you're feeling that way is because, I don't know, maybe you were perhaps turned on by those shots? And if that's the case, then why are you complaining about the fan service? It's a staple of the industry. If you think that they're provocative, then that means you enjoyed it. That's my opinion. And if you enjoy something, why complain? My favorite high school DxD villain. I'm gonna go with Goku. Either Goku, the Monkey King, or Kuroka, Koneko's sister. Which is your favorite side character in High School DxD? Side character. Oh boy, what's her name? The perverted female in the series. Her name escapes me at the moment, but she is my favorite. One with the glasses. She has to be my favorite side character because I think there's something behind her character that hasn't been explained in the series or the light novels yet. Like maybe she's associated with, you know, the whole demon and angel battle thing, but I'm not sure because it hasn't really gotten into. My favorite moment that stood out so far in this series, definitely had to be when Issei took on that one demon. I can't remember his name for the life of me because he was such a small character in my eyes, but the demon that, you know, Asia thought she saved his life, and then apparently she didn't because that was just the trick that he did to get her to come over to him, but it didn't work, so he ended up kidnapping her in season 3. Definitely when Issei kicked his ass was probably the most satisfying moment that stood out to me in the series. No, not Riser. That's not Riser. The one that kidnapped Asia in season 3. Yeah, Deodora. When Issei kicked his ass, I was so happy. Yeah, that's right, Ika. She's my favorite side character. I mean, Issei's friends are great side characters too. I mean, they're part of the comedy in the series, but having a perverted female in a series is just nice every once in a while. So anyway, guys, there's another reason why I started this stream today. There are 2 series coming out this year. Which crossover would you like to see with High School DD? Crossover. I would like to see a crossover between Golden Boy and High School DD. Because I've always had this theory that the protagonist of Golden Boy and Issei are somehow related just because of how they act around women. So I would definitely like to see a crossover between Golden Boy and High School DD so I can make a theory video about it just to please myself. Do I think Idina will become a demon somehow? It's a probability. I'm definitely hoping that in the 4th season we get to see at least Kuroka join the harem. That would be great, in my opinion, to have both Koneko and Kuroka on the same side. Let's see. Do I watch Dragon Ball? I did watch Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball itself, was like one of my favorite earlier animes that I got into. And I did watch Dragon Ball Z when it first came out some, but I ended up stopping that along with a lot of other major shonen series simply because they're really, really long, and I don't know, I guess my taste changed. Voice change? Like, what do you mean, Solo Link? Because I know for a fact that the 4th season has the exact same Japanese voice actors for all the characters. Now the English cast I don't know about because I haven't actually looked into who is going to be voicing them. What is my opinion on Ross Visa? Ross Visa is a character that I have not actually looked into yet. Yeah, in the English dub, the voice actors tend to change a lot. Yeah, definitely in season 3 they changed it. I think that's because the original actor for Issei, I think he quit. I know Marchi is going to be Riaz again for the Funimation dub. She clarified that on Twitter just the other day by tweeting about the 4th season, so she will be in the 4th season as Riaz again. Do I think Aidina will get attracted to Issei? It's a good question, actually. Because I haven't really looked into Aidina's character that much. But I would have to say I don't know really. We'll have to wait. I'll have to wait and see if she comes up in the 4th season or not. See here. Did I miss any questions so far? The new trailer? She was in the new trailer for season 4? Because I know there's a new one out now, I just haven't seen it yet. Wait, is she the fox? Oh, Elena. I thought she already was, I thought she already was interested in Issei. Because she seemed to have joined the group already, so I thought that she was already interested in him. If not, then I definitely hope she does. Yeah, I definitely hope that Yelena. What do I think about Kiba as a character? Kiba is one of my favorite male characters out of the series. His arc that was in Season 2 really was beautiful. I loved the whole Kiba arc. With him, you know, getting vengeance for his friends that were killed in the experimental process. Character development wise, I'd say that Season 2 gave him quite a bit actually. Because the first half of it was pretty much, you know, basically him and his whole vengeful story of how he wanted to avenge his friends that died in the experiment. Oh, apart from his arc. Yeah, apart from his arc, I would say he hasn't gotten that much. I'm hoping that in the 4th season, we'll get to see, you know, a good balance and character development. Because I know Ishibumi is, you know, going to prioritize probably Issei and Riaz first. But I would like to see, you know, some more development on Kiba as well. Akeno, yeah, definitely. Akeno has gone through some great development, especially in the 3rd season, along with Koneko. Well, Koneko got a little development in the 3rd season. It wasn't much. Like, her little arc didn't last that long to actually give her much development. But we did get to see, you know, her struggle and how she was trying to overcome, you know, what she was and not become like her sister. Aji, on the other hand, I'd have to agree with, she hasn't really gotten that much character development. Like, little spots of development here and there, but nothing like fully developed. Nothing dedicated. She hasn't really had that much dedication. So these will be things I'll probably note in the review of the 4th season once it finishes airing. Whether or not these things were addressed. As far as who Issei is going to end up with, that's a really hard question to answer because I don't think he's ready to actually decide on anyone yet. I mean, I know he cares for Riaz a lot, but if I had any expectations for who I'd want him to end up with besides Riaz, I would definitely have to go with, just from experience and what I've seen so far in the series, it wouldn't be Agia, because Agia is more like a little sister to him, pretty much. So it would more than likely either be Koneko or Akeno. It would have to be one of those two. Between those two. See here, I wanted to show you guys something. Because there's actually, how old are they? That's another good question. Because we're talking about demons here. Are they adults? I would say, based off of their looks, definitely adults. Based off of their attitudes, more than likely, excuse me, more than likely in that teen stage. They definitely do show some maturity, but then again, they also show that teenager side as well. So I'd say they're kind of in between, you know, adults and being fully fledged. Between fully fledged adults and teenagers, pretty much. That middle range. As far as how old they are, I honestly don't know, because, like I said, we're talking about demons here. They could be thousands of years old. Season 4 is going to start broadcasting on April 10th. Funimation is going to have it. I don't know if Crunchyroll is going to have it. But Funimation already stated that they will have it April 10th. No, not just the dub. They'll have both. So there is 2 new series that are coming out this year that I'm excited for. One is coming out in the fall, and it's called Reborn as a Slime. It's an isekai series that I think I deserve a lot more subs too, man, but you know, YouTube is kind of difficult. You know, the popularity wins the contest. But anyway, Reborn as a Slime is pretty much a story that deals with a guy who gets killed trying to save his best friend, right? On the streets while he's trying to flirt his girlfriend in front of him. A guy comes up, tries to stab his friend in the back, and he jumps in front of him to save his life and ends up getting stabbed himself. And in the dying process, he ends up hearing a voice in his head that says, "What kind of stats would you like?" And so he's just like, okay, I'm just going to go along with this, and he gets these stats, and he ends up being reincarnated as a slime in another world, which is a type of creature. But what's hilarious about this is that halfway through the dungeon that he's going through as this slime, he meets this very, very evil dragon that asks for his help to escape because he can't get out because of a curse. So our main character, who is reincarnated as a slime, then says, "Alright, I'll help you if you help me," and ends up swallowing the dragon whole so that he can help the dragon escape from that cave. Why do I think Koneko will end up with Issei? Well, no particular reason really. It's just that, you know, I know that Agia, even though Agia likes Issei, Issei doesn't really, I mean, he does have sexual fantasies about Agia, but he tries not to. So he sees Agia more as a kid sister that he really loves and wants to protect, rather than someone that he wants to be with in a relationship. And his feelings for Riaz are kind of in between. You know, he really admires Riaz for how strong she is, but he also loves her on a romantic level as well. So when you take Riaz out of the picture and Aji out of the picture because, you know, he sees her as a sister, then that only leaves two characters, which is between Akeno and Koneko. And I'm saying these two because they have the most, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? History with him, you could say. I mean, yes, we have Zenobia, Irina, and Kuroka as well, but they haven't really gotten introduced to Issei that much, to where they would get attached to him. I mean, Zenobia is more of the, you know, the pushy type character. You know, she's always wanting to get with Issei anyway, just so she can have a child. But I would have to say I want to see Koneko open up to Issei more and get more flirtatious, because she has in the third season. She did. She got a lot more flirtatious, a lot more open with him, and I'm hoping to see a lot more of that come from her in the fourth. And what would be hilarious is if Kuroka joins the harem and then there's a sibling rivalry. I would really like to see a sibling rivalry between Kuroka and Koneko fighting over Issei. That would be great. His feelings for Akeno, you say? I don't think his feelings for Akeno really had that much time to develop. I mean, there was flirtatiousness in season 2 between him and Akeno, but it wasn't, you know, done on his part. It was done purely on Akeno's part. You know, Akeno's already fallen for him, so I think he's, like, caught in the midway of trying to deal with how to cope with that first before he decides on who he actually wants to be with, if that's even the goal. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna call this the stream for right now. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you want to see another stream, again, I could possibly do one again tomorrow. So just let me know in the comments of the stream if you would like to see another one. And this is going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and look forward to next week's review on Overlord. What? Don't end. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take a break, and I'll end this one, and then I'll come back later tonight and I'll do another one. But until then, I've got to end because I've got to go run and do some things. It's 2:17 now. I started the stream at 1 something. So it's been a pretty good hour for me. But anyway, I'm gonna end this one and I'll come back later and I'll do another one. I plan on doing these a lot more so I can get to know you guys better and just, you know, kind of chill out with my subscribers and see, you know, how they're doing, what they're into. Give me some ideas for videos, you know. But I'm gonna close it for right now. I'll be back later on tonight with another stream. So just keep an eye out. Alright. Be at least I'd say 2 hours. Yeah, I used to not be into doing streams that much because I'm more of a withdrawn person and I always liked, you know, writing up my scripts and putting things together. But streams are fun. And I'm going to try to come up with, you know, some content to do in streams to make them more fun. As a matter of fact, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, there's the High School DD trivia that I'm going to have, and it's going to have prizes for you all to, you know, win. I have 4 candidates that I selected earlier in my, you know, channel process who are going to be on mics with me, and we're going to be answering questions about the series. But I'll catch you guys later on tonight. Peace.